Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Stashkina and I wanted to start a new topic or new type of video, Ask Anna, because I'm Anna and you have a lot of questions. I'm so passionate about helping you on your Wafer Paper journey, cake making journey, and sometimes I get the same questions about the same problem so many times that I think it's easier to show you how to make those things. And today we are going to talk about how to properly wire wafer paper, and I'll show you 3 different ways how you can wire wafer paper, how to choose the correct wire, and why you need to use all 3 of these methods. So let's begin. So today we are going to talk about wiring wafer paper and why you need to wire wafer paper and all the steps you need to take. You do need to wire wafer paper first, but if you want your flower to be flexible, like I have here my Icelandic poppy, and I have every petal on its own wire, so when I'm going to assemble or arrange my flower on a cake, it is just easier to put it together. First, what we need to talk about wiring wafer paper is our wire. And I recommend you to have different sizes, and I explain why. Because when you're working with the smaller petals or smaller leaves for your ivy, for example, it's better to use thinner wire, and it's enough power in this 30 gauge wire, for example, to put it together. But if you're making leaves or something heavy, you need 26 gauge wire or 28 gauge wire to assemble your flower. And the most important thing when you are going to wire your wafer paper, you need to buy high quality wire. Unfortunately, you cannot skip this step, even I would love to, but I prefer to either use PME brand or CK products, or you can buy Sunrise wire. You need to find something that is paper covered. That will help your wire to stick to your wafer paper. The second important ingredient when you're going to wire your wafer paper is your wafer paper glue. You can see it's gloopy, thick consistency, but it's actually very easy to make. All you need is a small bowl, all your scraps or a few scraps of your wafer paper, and water. Usually what you can do is just to grab a few pieces of your scraps and put them in this bowl. You don't need a lot to make your glue. Then you need to add water. I prefer to use distilled water, but if you're going to discard it after you choose, you can use tap water. You need to submerge your wafer paper and mix it. You can either set it aside to bloom for about a few hours until your wafer paper melts, or you can put it in a microwave in 10-second increments, and then it will boil and wafer paper will dissolve in water. Then you will get this gloopy gel-like consistency, which is going to be your wafer paper glue. I discard my wafer paper glue after I choose. I find it's easy to make, but if you want to keep it, you need to cover it up and keep it in the fridge up to a week. So, first method of wiring wafer paper, we are going to talk about something like making this ivy leaves. The same method applies for making eucalyptus or everywhere where you have your leaves or petals relatively small. So maybe 1.5 inches, less than 1.5 inches, for 4 centimeters, about that size. So here I have a few leaves. And all I need is I'm going to take my 30 gauge floral wire, because for smaller leaves and smaller petals, I prefer to use 30 gauge floral wire. So here I have my few pieces of wafer paper and 2 pieces of my floral wire. If you worked with wafer paper, you know that wafer paper has 2 sides. One side is smooth side and the other side was called bumpy side. If I'm going to make something like ivy or wafer paper eucalyptus, I prefer my bumpy side to be as my face side. So I'm going to place bumpy side down and I'm going to attach my wire to the back side or to the smooth side of my wafer paper. All I need is my Wafer Paper glue and a very thin, delicate brush. I'm going to take my Wafer Paper glue on my brush and gently paint almost like 3/4 of the way of my leaf, and then I'm going to place my wire. Make sure it is stuck, so I'm going to pinch it together and remove excess glue so it is dry and my wire already stuck to my Wafer Paper. I will set it aside to dry and do this again. So I'm gently painting thin line with my Wafer Paper glue and placing my wire, making sure it is stuck, especially at this point. So if you have any issues and it's going to become undone, it is going to be somewhere in here. And you can see that my Wafer Paper glue is relatively thick. That's why I can use this method to wire my Wafer Paper. On the front side, it's absolutely invisible and my wire is stuck to my Wafer Paper. So the main point here is to use thin wire for this method. I used 30 gauge wire and my Wafer Paper glue and just attached my wire to the back side of my leaf. And this method works for any flower or any petal that is roughly like 1.5 inches and smaller. If your petal larger than 1.5 inches, then you need to use the second method. And for the second method, I'm going to show you how to wire larger petals like this one for my Icelandic poppy. You can see that these petals are relatively large, and what you need to do is you need to use thicker wire because 30 gauge wire might be not enough to hold this petal in a position. I would recommend you to use 26 gauge wire. And I cut my wire roughly in 4 pieces, so this is 1/4. For example, if for this petal I'm going to use shiny side as my face side, I'm going to place it again shiny side down, so my face side down, but then I will need another piece of Wafer Paper and I'm going to cut a triangular piece to sandwich my wire in between two pieces of Wafer Paper. So here I have my triangular piece. I know that bumpy side is my back side. Then I'm going to place my piece of wire shiny side up, so technically my face side up here. Take my Wafer Paper glue and apply a small amount here in the middle, same as we did for the first method. Place my 26 gauge wire and apply a little bit more glue to cover the whole thing. Then I'm going to take my petal, turn this upside down, and then I'm going to sandwich my wire in between two pieces of Wafer Paper. So here in the middle, and I'm going to gently press it down and stick them together. So here I have my wire in between two pieces of Wafer Paper on the back side of my petal. So this is my face side and this is the back side for my petal. If you have any mishaps or places where you do need an extra piece of Wafer Paper, you can use your scissors and gently cut to have your clean petal. So then again, when I'm going to work on these petals and I'm going to condition them, I need to set it aside to dry for at least 10-15 minutes, depends on your humidity. So I need to make sure that my wire is stuck and my Wafer Paper glue is dry, and then I can condition, place it in a veneer, whatever I need to do. And I know that my wire will be stuck here forever. Like I have one of the flowers here, and then when I'm going to assemble, I can adjust and I can move, make it more closed or more open, depends on my needs. So for the first method I'm going to show you is how to use and how to wire Wafer Paper when you need to make something thicker. I use the same method when I'm making my leaves, like this, or when I need to make petals that are double thickness, like for this magnolia flower, so this is double layered Wafer Paper. I will take a piece of Wafer Paper And I will take my template. So this is template for my poppy leaf. I know that I will have enough Wafer paper here, but what I'll do is I roughly cut in half. I need to create 2 layers for my leaf, something like this. And because this leaf is larger than my petals or my smaller leaves for Wafer paper, ivy, or eucalyptus, I'm going to use 26 gauge wire. So here is again 1/4 of my wire, about the double thickness of my Wafer paper, and I want my bumpy side to be my face side on both sides. So I'll take my template and my Wafer paper, and for this method I'm going to use my AC tonic recipe, and of course I will have a link down below for my recipe, but you need just a few drops, and you can use water. I prefer to use my AC tonic mixture because I find it's easier to shape my Wafer paper. So I have just a touch of this conditioner mixture on my table. I'm going to take a flat brush and gently paint on the inside of my leaf like this. Then I will place my wire somewhere in the middle and sandwich with another piece of Wafer paper. Now I have my 26 gauge wire in between 2 layers of Wafer paper, and it's beautifully stuck together. Now I have a piece of Wafer paper on a wire. And then when I'm going to cut a leaf, or I need to make a leaf, I'm going to place my template on top of my Wafer paper, double thickness Wafer paper, and then I'm going to take my sharp scissors and cut around. Just make sure not to cut your wire, so keep your template somewhere next to you when you're going to shape and make your piece of Wafer paper, wired Wafer paper for your leaf. Now I have my leaf on a wire. This is 26 gauge, and because my Wafer paper is still soft, I can shape it right away while we just wire it. And I'm going to use my Dresden tool. You can use ball tool, anything you want to shape your Wafer paper. And I'm gently going to press it down and pull it towards me to create some movement. And then I will put it upside down and press down here on the wire to shape it. So now I have my leaf, and you can add any color to your AC tonic mixture when you condition, and then you will have leaves and you can move them around, shape them, leave them to dry, and then assemble on your flower. So this is the method number 3, and we use double thickness Wafer paper. We created our own double thickness Wafer paper, and we use 26 gauge wire. This method is working for something like leaves for a poppy, and the same method would work if you want to wire your larger or thicker petals for your magnolias, for example. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you have any questions, leave me down below in the comment section, so next time for the Ask Anna, I can answer your question about working with Wafer paper and making beautiful cakes. See you next time. Bye bye.